How's it going, guys and girls? Hope you guys had a great week. So it is that time of the month again, guys. It is time to talk about the top 5 games coming out this month. So without further ado, here are the top 5 game releases in July 2019. Kicking us off first, we have Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers. This is set for release worldwide on the 2nd of July. But if you did pre-order the game, you actually got early access to it this weekend. I think it kicked off on the 28th of June. It of course is available on the PlayStation 4 and PC, developed and published by Square Enix. This is actually the third massive expansion to its MMORPG world. There is a ton of new content and special tweaks, overhauls and additional features that will be available. Shadowbringers coincides with a version 5.0 update, which is going to add a lot to the game. So if you are a owner of Final Fantasy XIV or you're thinking about jumping in, what does Shadowbringers have to offer? Well, quite a lot. Firstly, we have a new location, which is actually an alternative dimension. It's a parallel version of Eorzea, which was where the previous bulk of Final Fantasy XIV was set. It offers a couple of new things. So we've got 2 new job roles. The first is Gunbreaker. This is a tank job with a massive gun blade as your signature weapon. Think Squall from Final Fantasy VIII. It's about sort of buffing yourself and your teammates and acting as a tank, taking most of the damage while dealing out some pretty decent damage yourself with your Gunbreaker. We also have the Dancer class. This is a new ranged DPS class, and it's about attack rotation. So it's like a series of choreographed steps that you can orchestrate, and these deal damage while also providing buffs to party members. So if you hit certain abilities, certain moves in combo, that will increase the level and amount of DPS that you can do. The expansion also offers 2 brand new races. The Viera, these are a bunny-like race that can only be played in female form, and the Hrothgar, these are burly lion-like folk who can only be played in male. The Hrothgar for me look really, really cool. We also have a new trust system. For the first time, you can actually select AI teammates to run dungeons with you. Now, previously in Final Fantasy XIV, dungeons have always forced gamers to group up or go through dungeons together with random people or with friends. They require a party of 4. So for the first time, you can actually select AI teammates to go through these dungeons with you, and this is thanks to the new trust system. So that's just a couple of the new features that Shadowbringers is bringing to Final Fantasy XIV. There is a lot of other content as well. If you're interested, I'll put a link in the comment section below, which gives you a little bit more information on Shadowbringers if it's something that you're interested in. But my friend Edge has been playing it since early access on Friday, and he's been really, really enjoying it. And a lot of people are calling it one of the better expansions that Final Fantasy XIV has had to offer. The second game coming out this month is Sea of Solitude, which is set for release on the 5th of July. It will be available on PC, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and is developed by Jomei Games and of course published by EA. It is an indie adventure game where players control a young woman called Kay as she explores an abandoned submerged city and its scaly red-eyed creatures in order to reveal why Kay herself has turned into a monster, or is turning into a monster as you play through the game. We first got to see sort of a gameplay trailer footage of this last year at EA's press conference in E3 2018, and I am surprised that EA haven't been promoting this a lot more at E3 this year, considering it's coming out in only a couple of days. But Sea of Solitude looks really interesting. I love the art style, and I'm really interested to jump in and check it out and see what it has to offer. The third game coming out in July is Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 The Black Order. This is set for release on the 19th of July and is available exclusively on the Nintendo Switch. It is developed by Team Ninja and published by Nintendo. This is actually the first Marvel game to be produced and published by Nintendo. It is the third installment in the series following 2000 2006 Marvel Ultimate Alliance and 2009's Ultimate Alliance 2, but it's not really tied to these games in any way. It's not a sequel, it's not a continuation, it is set in an entirely different universe. Now, the game's roster of playable characters is heavily inspired by the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so it will feature familiar members of the Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, the Inhumans and the Defenders, the Spider-Verse, X-Men and Fantastic Four, to name but a few. There are apparently 34 playable characters at release, with more which will be added on later on in DLC content. The general aim of it is you are aiming to prevent, of course, galactic devastation at the hands of the mad tyrant Thanos and a ruthless war masters, the Black Order, for which the game is named after. It will have local and online multiplayer with up to 4 players on a single screen or across multiple systems, and the Nintendo Switch is perfect for this sort of local multiplayer dynamic. I am very interested in this game, and my friend Edge will be picking it up, and Dante and I will be going round to his house to actually get hands-on with the game and play it full player cooperatively. I'm really looking forward to it. Haven't chosen which hero I'm going to play yet, but we'll see what's available. But yeah, I'm a massive fan of Marvel, and it looks really good. I like the gameplay, I like the art style, and it looks really interesting. The 4th game coming out this month is Fire Emblem Three Houses. This is set for release on the 26th of July and will be available exclusively on the Nintendo Switch. Of course, it's developed by Intelligent Systems and Koei Tecmo Games and published by Nintendo. It is a tactical RPG, and it is actually the 16th installment in the long-running Fire Emblem series, but it's actually the first game to come to home console since 2007's Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. The game basically focuses on 4 main protagonists. You kick off playing as a teacher by the name of Byleth, and you can actually choose to play as either male or female, and your character will be fully customizable. There are also 3 students and heirs of their countries that you will interact with as well. So Edelgard, Dimitri and Claude. The game takes place on the continent of Fodlan, and this continent is divided into 3 rival nations who are at peace at the start of the game. But based on the trailer footage, we can see that war seems to break out, and this obviously has an impact upon these kingdoms and also upon your students. As a teacher, you actually choose which of the 3 rival houses you will lead, very Harry Potter, and you will obviously interact with these 3 other students and heirs and choose which students to ally with and choices and that kind of thing. It looks really good. It looks really interesting. I like the setting. I haven't really played any of the Fire Emblem games, but I'm interested to jump in and check it out, and yeah, it just looks really interesting, and it's a game I'm definitely going to be playing this month. The 5th and final game coming out in July is Wolfenstein Youngblood, which is set for release on the 26th of July. This game will be available on the PC, PS4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One and Google Stadia. It is a first-person shooter, of course, like its predecessors, developed by Machine Games and Arcane Studios, and published by Bethesda Softworks. It is a spin-off of the Wolfenstein series. Players assume control over either Jess or Soph Blazkowicz, who are the twin daughters of BJ Blazkowicz, and you have to travel through Paris to look for your missing father, while at the same time trying to help the French resistance liberate the country from German occupation, of course dating back from World War II. The game is actually set in the 1980s, so it is set 2 decades after the events of Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus. Players can actually complete the game either cooperatively online with another player or an AI substitute, and unlike other installments, missions can actually be completed in a non-linear order, which is really interesting because the Wolfenstein series have been very sort of story driven, very linear experiences and set pieces, so it's going to be interesting to have that more open world, non-linear kind of element to it. I don't know whether it's an open world, but I know that you can choose missions in whatever order you wish to choose. What's really cool though is if you do want to actually play the game cooperatively, the game actually has a deluxe edition which includes a buddy pass. If you buy the deluxe edition, you can actually gift this buddy pass to a player who does not own a copy of the game, and this will allow them to download the game and then jump in and play it with you. But there are stipulations that you do have to play it with the person that has gifted you that buddy pass, so you couldn't give the game to another person and then have them play it purely single player. So it's interesting how they're going to actually work that. But Wolfenstein Youngblood looks really cool, and yeah, I'm a big fan of the Wolfenstein games. I really enjoyed the remakes, and I'm really interested to see what BJ Blazkowicz's daughters are like. They look hilarious, they look really kick-ass, and yeah, I really want to see where the story is going to go, and I'm really looking forward to playing this game cooperatively with Dante. So there you have it. There are my top 5 game releases set to come out in July 2019. Let me know which of these games you're looking forward to. If I've missed any games on this list that you would put in here, please share in the comment section below. Let me know your general thoughts on them. Anyway, I hope you guys found this video interesting and informative. Of course, if you did, hit the like button to show your support. Please comment and also subscribe if you haven't done so, and hit that bell notification for all updates on any future videos that I upload. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for all your support. Really appreciate it. Hope you guys have a great week. Take care, and as always, happy gaming. Bye, guys.